Okay, lots of shoulders today. And then all the usual as well. Okay, let's do a standing up start, and we'll do some standing at the end as well. So feet hip width apart. And then let's just go forward and back. So your whole body just sways forward and back. And we just want to feel as you do that how the body weight changes in your feet. So how the weight distribution in your feet changes. So as you sway forward, you'll feel your toes gripping. And as you go back, your toes get light from the floor. And there's way more weight on your heels. We tend to be quite forward, so we're going to try and stay back. So we're on the largest bone of your feet. Your body weight is over your heel. And then just drop your ribs down. So you're just standing nice and tall, but over your heels. Drop your chin onto your chest. Put your hands on the top of your head. So you're just putting a little bit of weight onto your head without pulling. You've just got your arm weight on your head. And then roll your head from side to side. So you're just taking your chin slightly over to the right and slightly over to the left. Just while your arms feel heavy on your head, so just giving an extra little bit of stretch to your neck. Okay, and then let's take our hands off, bring our head up, and put your hands on your hips. Okay, we're going to lift up your right foot, take it behind you, and just put your toes on the floor. So you're in a lunge position. I'll come forward. So you're in a lunge position, your feet still hip width apart, even though your right foot is behind your left. And with it, you can have your left knee slightly bent if you like, because it's easier to balance. We're going to twist your hips. So your hands on your hips will just feel a movement, a rotational movement. And then we're going to stay with our hips. They feel like they're turned to the left. So our hip bones are actually more in line. And you just feel a little bit of a pull down the front of your right hip, and then push your right heel back behind you. Okay, let's take both arms up in the air, reach up, try and touch the ceiling. So we're going for long. So we're reaching right up, and then take your hands back behind you. So just taking a small extension of the spine. So you're going back, chin is still tucked in. You just feel this zipping stretch down the front of your chest, so belly button up to your sternum. But we're reaching up rather than backwards. So it's up first, backwards next. And then let's bring our hands down to our chest. Our hands are going to cross our chest. And we're going to bring our ribs down and up. So this is a movement of your spine the other way, of your upper part of your spine. We're flexing it. We're extending it. So it's not a movement of the lower part. And you'll feel your ribs lift and lower, which makes your elbows lift and lower. Your chest is pushing your arms up and then allowing them to drop down. And what we want to do is bring them a little bit lower each time. Tend to have our ribs lifted all the time, so we have a bit of an overstretch in our tummies. Okay, so now let's keep our ribs down. So our elbows will be pointing down towards the floor. And just see if you can just rotate your rib cage. So pelvis is still, and we're just turning. You won't get much of a turn. I think it's something like 16 degrees that our ribs turn relative to our pelvis. So it's very small. And we're going to turn to the left. So our chest is just facing forward over our left leg. Hands back onto your hips and bend and straighten your left knee. And we're just using the heel to lift you and lower you. So you push into the floor and lift up. And you'll just feel the back of your left leg switch on with this. It's not massive, but it's a good wake up to that back line of that leg, connecting right up to your left buttock. So that's what we're going to switch on next. So you bend your left knee. Knee should be tracking over the foot. just give a little tip forward of your body. It's not a bend of your back, it's just a hinge in your hip, and you'll feel weight go into your it's your left buttock. Your left buttock might do a little pop out to the side. That just all lights up, and we want that glute to really fire. So you might find it too difficult to lift your right leg off. So you might just be staying still now, but if you can, you're going to lift your right leg off and then take it behind your left, and then lift it and take it back to the right. Your hands on your hips are still. The right leg is just moving, rainbowing in and out, and you're keeping nice and steady there on your left foot. Try not to grip with the toes of your left foot. The effort here, you want to feel in your left buttock, outer hip of your left, the whole hip area. Ribs should be down. If you feel it in your low back, just think ribs down, because it might have given a little bit of a lift. Okay, we're going to stay with your right foot crossed behind your left. So if you weren't moving, you just drag your foot over to the left now. And see if you can do a little bit of an extra tip. Let's take our right hand and reach down and to the left. So we're just reaching forward of your left foot. And just feel that put a little bit extra there into your left hip. So it's firing, but more than that, it's connecting from the foot all the way up to the hip, all the muscles that you use for your stance phase of gait. Okay, hand back on your hip, and then let's step that right foot in. Just notice the difference in your sides of your bottom here. So let's just give it a little bit of a twist. So we're just rotating our pelvis one way and then the other. Just to loosen that out, then we're going to do the other side. So now let's step back with our left foot. So your toes are on the floor and legs are hip width apart. Okay, let's rotate your pelvis. So feel how that changes everything. Keep your right foot flat down here. So it's all very well making things work, but they need to work with the other muscles properly. Okay, let's keep our pelvis rotated to the right. Right foot is down. Press your left heel back behind you. Don't worry about having a straight leg, but you're just getting length down the back of that leg. Both arms are going to reach up and really reach, really stretch your hands up towards the ceiling. And then take them backwards if you can. This is quite wobbly, because you're not looking at the floor now. So you're reaching up and then slightly back behind you. Chin tucked in. So you're looking forward. Okay, again, reaching up. Okay, let's bring our hands down onto our chest. So cross your hands across your chest. And we're going to do the movement of the thoracic spine. So extending and flexing. Each time thinking of lowering your ribs a little bit more. So it seems like paradoxical that actually we're quite curved in our upper back. So here we are, we should curve it more. But actually we should. That curve in your upper back comes from that upper back not moving. So we want it to go both ways. We want it to go where it's good at and beyond, go better at it, and also where it's not, so extending. Okay, let's leave our ribs down, so elbows are pointing down towards the floor, and just do a little bit of a rotation of your rib cage. I hope you can't hear, there's somebody working on the road outside, so they always seem to start as soon as I do turn the camera on. Hopefully the microphone's not picking it up. Okay, let's turn our ribs to the right. So we're just facing slightly over to the right. And then let's just bend and straighten your front leg. Hands can go onto your hips. We're using the heel of that right foot. So you're pushing through the heel. You want to make the calf muscles, the hamstrings all connect up to the glute. Okay, let's stay with a bent right knee. That knee is over the foot. It's just covering the top of your foot. Give a little tip forward. It's a hinge of your hips. You'll feel your hands go slightly back behind you. You'll feel your right bum cheek just pop out to the side slightly, your right hip. Just gives a little pop. You think, oh yes, that's working. You can put your hand on it and it will all feel tight. And we're pushing that right heel into the floor. And your foot is equal both sides on the floor, so you're just pressing the whole foot flat down. And then let's reach our left hand across and to the right, so down, and just add on just a little bit extra weight away from that hip. Oh, they're drilling like mad now. Oh, I don't know what they're doing. Do a little bit of an extra reach if you can. Okay, hands back on your hips. Let's step that left foot in. Let's make our feet wide and turn them out slightly. And now let's stretch our inner thighs. So we've got all of that outside woken up. Now we're just going to sit away, straightening one leg, bending the other, and you're sitting back with that. Keep your feet flat. Let's come up, over to the other side, sit back. Okay, up and sit back. So just imagine there's a chair behind you and you're just trying to sit on it, keeping one leg straight. Okay, so that's one, or maybe a couple of the adductor stretch. Now we're going to turn our feet so they face forward. So feet are parallel, do the same thing. It's going to stretch differently. Get one leg straight, sit right back. And then over to the other side. There are 5 inner thigh muscles that stretch, and they need to take a different rotation of your thigh to stretch them. Okay, over to the other side. Okay, and then straight legs, both arms up in the air, reach. Take your arms down, nod your chin, let's roll down. So we'll just take your forehead down towards the floor. Let your head hang, try and keep your legs straight. If it bothers your low back, then the first thing you do is bend your knees just to relieve your low back and take the tension out. But if you can keep your legs straight, then do, and try and lift your sit bones right up towards the ceiling. So heels hard down, toes are liftable. You make the back of your leg long by taking the bones away from each other. Heels down, sit bones up. Okay, let's walk your hands over to one foot, towards one foot, or you can swing them over. Relax your head, just drop your neck, drop your head, relax your neck, more like, other way around. Hands towards the other foot. Okay, hands to center. Walk your hands forward all the way. You can go to a plank, or you can bring your knees down straight away. So you can be in a wide leg half plank. Shoulders down away from your ears. Let's just breathe for 3 breaths here. Let's try and make the breath really long and extended. That's the exhale. So you breathe in. Long breath out. 2 more. Remember, your knees can be down. You can also be in all fours. Shoulders down away from your ears. Push into your hands to lift your ribs up. We're going to come back into this plank position later. So now let's bring our knees down, and we're going to kneel, and if you want to, you can use the towel underneath both knees first of all, just because we're going to be on one knee eventually, and it will be a bit knobbly, but it's only for comfort. Okay, so we're kneeling up, toes tucked under behind you. Let's take both arms out to the side. Stretch your fingertips away from each other, so your hands are going to spread into stars, and then we're going to turn. So we're turning our palms as much as we can one way and as much as we can the other way. Swivel them right round. This is a movement of your shoulders. Your shoulders roll forward, your shoulders roll back. So rather than think of your wrists doing the movement and just that all being at the end of your arms, try and get the movement to come right up to the shoulders. Your shoulders roll forward, shoulders roll back. Okay, let's leave our palms up and push your thumbs back behind you. So we're just easing length here into our pecs. There aren't many people in the world whose pecs aren't tight. Or in the world, that's a huge generalisation, but anyway, in our sort of society, because we're all very front working and keep very short in the upper body. So both my arms straight here. I've just got one bent because the wall's in the way. So we're pulsing back with your thumbs. Okay, let's hold the last one, pushing back, and then bring your little fingers together in front of you, both hands up, like you've got a plate on each hand, in and out. So if your arms can be straight doing this, then you've got much more flexible shoulders than me. So there might be a little bit of a bend. Okay, let's leave your arms in front of you. Try and meet your elbows and lift and lower your arms. Try to keep your ribs down here. Don't let your ribs join in. One more. And then bring your arms in front of you. Take them apart. Arms are going to be shoulder width apart. And then we're floating back, keeping our hips forward, keeping our back straight, keeping your ribs down. So as you go back, you're not arching your back, you're keeping ribs down towards your pelvis. Let's come forward. We're going to do that one more time with 2 knees. So you float all the way back, keep your knees down, feel that length through the front of your thighs. And then let's come forward. Let's step forward with your left knee. Both arms out in front of you, left leg, more like half kneeling. Toes tucked under of your right foot, unless your knee really can't bear it. And now let's float back again. Then reach back with your right hand, find your heel. Reach up to the ceiling with your left hand. Then press both hip bones forward equally. So your right hip will feel like it needs to do a little bit of a swivel to stay in line with your left. Okay, hand in front of you. Imagine someone's rescuing you. They've got your hand, they're pulling, you come up. Both arms up in the air, let's float back. Let's take our left hand down behind us. Try and find your right heel. Don't let your leg move. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Don't worry if you can't find the heel, you just reach back. Hold it here. Okay, reach forward. There's the rescue. And now let's swap knees. So the twist is quite disorientating. So if you feel very dizzy, then look down at the floor. That helps. Okay, right leg's in front. Reach up with both hands. Then back. Floating back, try and keep your ribs down. So it looks very different. You could do a huge range, but just have your ribs popping right up. So keep your ribs down, be realistic. Reach back with your left hand, find your heel. Reach up to the ceiling with your right. Push your left hip forward. Okay, hand in front, get rescued. Okay, the weird one with the twist, reach up, let's float back. Right hand back behind you, find your left heel, reaching your left arm up. Okay, arm in front, there's the rescue. Good, and then we're going to sit. So you can sit on the towel if you want to. It's going to be a short sit in this position. We're going to move. It's going to be a moving sitting. So you need some space either side of you. Okay, let's work this up. So we're going to take our arms to a goalpost position. Drop your ribs down, and we'll just start by twisting. We're going to add bits on. So feel free to stay where you're happy. So now I'm going to turn to the right and then lift my left leg up and take it out to the left. And then bring them back in and we turn back. Turn to the left, right leg out, right leg back in, turning back. Again. Okay, we're going to add on a drop towards the floor. So I turn to the right, hands go down towards the floor, left leg goes out to the left, and I'm going to bring it right back in line with my body, and then bring my elbows down to the floor. So it's a bit of a jump now from the last one. If your elbows don't get to the floor, don't worry. Push off your hands, sit back up, turning back round. Other side. So we're going to breathe out to move. So you take a breath in to get ready. Breathe out. And breathing out to come back up. So breathe in when we're down there. So if both elbows don't go down, or it's too much of a twist with both elbows down, then just put, if I'm the nearer one, gets down to the floor more easily. If your leg doesn't go straight out in line with your body, then you just don't take it that far. You push off your hands to come up. So you spring. Okay, we're going to finish this one off, and then we're going to stay down on the other side. So we stay down. Legs trying to be at 90 degrees, elbows trying to get to the floor. Don't worry if they don't go exactly like that. Okay, then let's arch our back away from the floor. You're pushing your one elbow or your both elbows into the floor and lifting your chest away. Good, then push into your hands, lift both elbows up and try and put them down again. Lift up and down. Okay, 2 more. And again. Okay, and then we're going to push off both hands to come back up, to sit, over to the other side. Okay, so same positioning. Elbows come up. Oh no, arching back first. Push, arching your chest away from the floor, lifting your ribs right up. Then lift and lower your elbows. Slowly both come up, both go down. Up and down, 2 more. Okay, push off both hands. We're back up again. There's a bit love-hate, that one. Reach your hands over your feet. You can bend your knees to make it easier. So we're just rounding our spine. Drop your head. Okay, and then let's sit up. We're going to get our towel. So you don't have to use the towel if you don't want to, but if you'd like a bit of a prop for your low back, then you roll the towel up and shove it into your low back, so you just have a little bit of a support there. You can get those bar stools and they've just got a little lip, and it makes a big difference because it just tips your pelvis, it helps your pelvis, stops it from going too much into a C-curve, a low spine. We are intending to C-curve it, but we want it to be able to lift out as well. So feet on the floor in front of you, flat if they can get there. Let's start with our hands on our knees, and we're going to push into the towel and lift off. If you haven't got the towel, then you just imagine that you have, and you're pushing those lower vertebrae down towards the floor. And the towel just makes your low back move better. So if you move in a particular place, over excessively, and then under move other areas, the towel just gives you something to push against. So again, we're just dropping down and lifting up onto our sit bones. The movement is powered just deep from between your hip bones. Nothing else really is moving or taking part. We're going to do some C curves and take our arm out to each side. Maybe you just want to stay easing into your low back, that's fine. And when you've had enough, you just cross your legs and drop over your chest. If you know that you have issues with the lower vertebrae, then keep this really small. You just want to make it, you encourage movement, but not, ram it in. Okay, otherwise, arms out off your knees in the air, take a breath in. Breathe out. We're sliding back. You can go back as low as you like, but you want to feel not here holding on to you, but here holding on to you. Sweep one arm out to the side, follow it with your eyes. Bring that arm in, sit up. Okay, we're going to breathe out to move back. Breathe out. Arm sweeps out. Arm sweeps in. Breathe in. So everyone, I think pretty much everyone, gets to the point where they'll feel that their hip flexors are holding onto their upper body rather than their abs. So when you feel that coming, then you cross your legs and drop over them. So don't worry about how many you do. You just want the ones that you do to work for you. Okay, we'll just do 2 more each side, or you've finished. One more. Last one. Okay, and then we'll all cross our legs and drop over your legs. And if you can manage it, take your feet apart, put the soles of your feet together, hold onto your feet, drop forward. You might find that by doing that, your back really doesn't move. So just stay cross-legged. Okay, let's go to lying on our back. So you can roll down or you can just use your elbows to go down. We're going to have a towel underneath our head. So you want the towel to be chunky enough that it's bringing your chin into a tuck and your bottom rib down towards the floor. Hands on your hip bones. Let's just rotate your pelvis just to relieve your low back, and then we're going to stretch your hip flexors, which probably might have really tightened up in that last one. So you bring your knee into your chest, one knee, stretch the other leg out, and then that foot that's stretched out, the leg that's stretched out, flex the foot, and then we're going to rotate it. So you're windmilling that whole foot, windscreen wiper, not windmill, windscreen wiper that foot, so that you're windscreen wipering the leg, and you'll just pull at the front of the hip in all the different 3 muscles to stretch there. Okay, let's swap legs. So heel pushes away, and then we're windscreen wipering the whole leg. Okay, and then let's bend both knees, put both feet on the floor, arms up to the ceiling. Let your shoulders way down to the floor, so you widen your chest, your ribs heavy, still down, and you should have a small gap in your low back, so that there's no contact between your low back and the floor, and there isn't a huge gaping gap either. It's just enough that you could just get your fingers underneath your low back. Chin is tucked in. Okay, we're going to do bicycles. So our bicycle legs, just another variety of these back lying exercises that we always do some combination of, because we want to fire up your intra-abdominal pressure, which is your core system. Okay, let's start with the left leg. We'll take it up into tabletop. You want to keep your right side nice and still here, nice and heavy, but not pushing into the floor. Point the toe, left leg goes up towards the ceiling, then flex. You'll feel the back of the leg switch on as you flex that foot, and then lower the foot, lower the whole leg, sorry, until you feel there's a tightening below your belly button, in that triangle of your hip bones and your pubic bone. That's all you need, is a small tightening feeling, and your low back hasn't changed its positioning on the floor. And then you cycle that foot round, lift it up, pointed toe, flex, and then lower. Find that point, hold it there. Okay, cycle that foot round, so you can point the toe and then flex. It might be too much to bring that leg, foot positioning in. Lower, hold. Okay, let's breathe in. Breathe out. Hold it, keep breathing out. Breathe in. Flex, lower. Okay, one more. And bring that leg to tabletop. And then we're going to take your left leg out to the left and widen your arms as much as that leg goes out. And then close them all back in again. Take a breath in, breathe out. Take a breath in, breathe out. Let's try and make the exhale last for a really long time and the whole move. So you're breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. You're back to the start position, you breathe in. So here we want to not move your right hip. You want to not move your right knee. You want to just feel that everything comes from, you can't really sense where, deep inside your tummy. Let's just do two more. And it's definitely one of the ones that the slower you do, the more muscle you're going to involve. Okay, then left leg down, right leg up. Bicycles first. Breathe in. Flex leg, really straight. Breathe out, lower. Hold it. No more weight or less weight into your left foot. Breathe in, cycle round. Breathe out, lower. Okay, so keep going. Just check that your shoulders can't relax anymore down towards the floor. Your ribs can't relax anymore, nor jaw. All those things relaxing means that your abdominals will be working better. If they're tense, they're trying to do the work for your abdominals. It's really typical for neck, especially, and jaw to take over for core. That's why we have so many teeth grinding and snoring and all that sort of thing issues. They're all a replacement for core strength. Okay, we'll make the next one the last one. And then we're going to do the openers. So leg and tabletop, breath in, breathe out. Breathe in. If you run out of that exhale, then breathe in and then carry on moving. Okay, we'll just do 3 more after this one. Okay, 1 more after this one. And then when you've finished off, bring both knees into your chest, hold on to your lower leg, and just roll from side to side. Then widen your knees to hip width. Take your hands behind your head. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lift your chest right up towards your knees. You're trying to do a big lift. Your shoulder blades are off the floor. Then take your knees out so they're over your hip, heels at the same height over your pelvis. And then we're going to scissor our legs. So it's like you're dipping one foot down towards the floor and lifting. And you're taking long, deep breaths, long exhales, deep inhales. Keep your elbows wide. And we're just scissoring. And if you think, oh no, this is really not working, I can feel my back is really bothering me, then you just bring your knees in closer and drop your feet. And you can also bring your head down and just do smaller ones. And then you can also bring your feet down and just have a little break. We're not going to do a huge amount more. If you feel your back working, then it is just working and it's not, and your abs aren't. One more breath after this one. Okay, and then feet go together, knees go together, head down on the towel, arms wide on the floor. Your feet can be on the floor if you like for this one. We're going to do hip rolls. So you take your knees over to one side, keep them stuck together, keep your shoulders stuck on the floor and the length of your arms stuck on the floor. Hold your knees out to the side. They're still stuck together. Try and have your knees stuck equally together so they haven't slipped apart, so your hip has traveled over. And then we're going to breathe in, and then exhale, you take your knees over to the other side, and the same thing, you hold them there. And take deep breaths that you feel relaxed, whatever can be relaxed. Make sure your knees are stuck hard together so that far hip has lifted. Okay, we're just going to do one more each side. So you just go over and you hold. Breath in. Exhale, over to the other side. And hold. And then knees to center, let's bring them down. We're going to roll over onto our side. So the first one lying on our side is going to be on our elbow, and then we'll lie out over our bottom arm after, so give that shoulder a rest. Hips need to be stacked, knees are bent, elbow underneath your shoulder. Lift your waist away from the floor, head in line with the rest of your spine. Take your top leg out straight and put it on the floor and slide it away. So you're taking your hip away, lifts your waist up even more. We're going to take your arm up overhead, turn towards the floor, so you've rotated on your bottom shoulder, spread your palm out, and then reach as if you're going to try to grab something, and then grab that thing. So make a hard fist, and then we're going to turn back and bring your elbow hard down to your side. So we shorten this side. Okay, we lengthen, turning towards the floor, grab, hard fist, shorten. Okay, so you can just carry on doing it like this, or we're going to do it with our hip lifted. So you're in side plank, reaching, and you've also got an option to bring your top knee in towards your elbow when you do the shortening of the top side. So we'll do 3 more. Keep lifted far out of that shoulder on the floor. That's the main thing. Let's do 2 more after this one, so another extra. And again. I feel like we need to do 2 more. Let's add on 2 more, but that's not enough. Reach. And shorten. Last one. That's better. I don't want to do too few. You can always stop there, remember. Okay, hips come down. Now let's lie out over your bottom arm. Stretch both legs out. There's an option here to bend your bottom knee if you prefer to have like a bit of a wider base. Both feet are in view, so there they are. Check you can see them. Hand on your top hip, or if you feel too wobbly, just bring your hand down to the floor. So you can balance with all the muscles, or you can use your hand. Top leg is going to lift, so it's at hip height. Point the toe. We're going to bicycle. So we're going to bend the knee, bring it out in front, flex, pull that heel back. Again, we bicycle round, pointed toe, flex, straight leg, pull it back. You're trying to get the foot to go straight in front of the pelvis, but you need to get a straight leg. Good, keep them going quite slowly. Fast, you'll find easier, so try and slow down. Remember, you can bend your bottom knee if you want to. Okay, let's do one more. And then bring your leg in line with the other one and turn the knee up so the foot is turned up. Point the toe, bend, straighten up, flex, pull the straight leg down. Again, bend, straighten up, flex, and as you pull it down, you're going to feel your bottom clench and your inner thighs switch on. So your feet go into a V. It's not a great positioning of your thigh turned out here, but it does switch on that glute. Oh, it started drilling again. Okay, one more. And then squeeze your heels together. And what are we doing next? Oh yes, now we're going to lie on our front. So we're going to do an upper spine extension. It also connects to the shoulders. Diamond press. So you take your fingers into a diamond shape, fingers and thumb, pointer fingers and thumb, and then put them on the floor in front of you and put your forehead into the diamond. So your forehead is just resting in that, like a golf tee, like an egg cup. Shoulders come down away from your ears. So you might need to move your arms closer towards your body. Relax your legs, drop your heels out. Push into your hands, push into the diamond so that your chest lifts away from the floor. So you're really pushing all the way, diamond, all the way down to your elbows. And your chest will lift right up. Your chin needs to be tucked in. You're looking down at your thumbs. Your shoulders need to be down away from your ears. And it's not necessarily difficult, but you want to get a really good extension here. So go to maximum. Okay, now we're going to keep our upper back where it is. Take your nose down towards your thumbs, and then take your nose as far away from your thumbs as possible. Nose comes towards your thumbs, nose comes back. We're ramping our head forward and then pushing your skull back to be in line with your back. Your chin is always tucked in, so there's a tendency to look forward here and thrust your chin forward. Your chin stays tucked. It's a movement of your head forward and back, like a chicken peck, forward and back. And then move your head as far back over your shoulders as you can. Chin tucked right in, back of your head, push right back, but also pulled away from your upper back. Okay, and then let's bring our hands underneath our shoulders and just slide back to round your spine, and then come forward into all fours. Okay, so all fours goes, it's on the way to a plank. You need to switch on your abdominals to support your spine, support your pelvis. So back shape is important. We're going to take our shoulders down away from our ears, tuck our chin in, lift our ribs away from the floor, and then have a slight lift of your tailbone. Then we're going to breathe. Our breath in relaxes our tummy, and our breath out, especially the end of it, there's an automatic little tension of our tummy that we haven't cued. Breathe in, breathe out. So I'm going to start to build things up. Remember, you can always just regress or just stay at any level that you like. So we're going to start by hovering your left knee off the floor and bringing it down. Breath in, right knee hovers. And then bring it down. Now our right hand is going to lift with our left knee. Breathe in, put them down. Left hand, right knee. breathe in, put them down. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears, keep your chin tucked, keep your exhale really long. It's difficult. What your body is doing is stopping yourself from spinning. So you're doing this whole anti-rotation in your whole body, and there's a lot of work. And if you're up for it, it's quite a big leap. We're going to take this to translate your body forward, so we make it into a crawl. So you lift opposite arm and leg, and then you slide your body forward, and then you put them down. So you breathe in, breathe out, lift, slide forward, and then you put them down. If you run out of space, you just start crawling backwards. We're trying to keep our back shape exactly the same. The step up from that is to have both knees hovering all the time. It's quite a big step, and the shoulders, it's really tough in your shoulders. So if you're really, really policing your back, you might find that you just can't make that bit. So we'll just do a few more steps, not because I've done the crawl for ages, but just all the build-up of it means that it's long. And what we just start doing is doing massive cheats. Okay, so let's do 2 more steps. So it's not that easy to crawl. Babies find it easy. We don't find it very easy. Really lost it. Okay, and then when you finish, just sit your hips back, head down on your arms. You'll feel it's all planking has a high amount of shoulder. So we've got the other side plank on the other side coming. So obviously that's quite shouldery. So just take it easy on that shoulder if it's all been too much. So elbow underneath your shoulder, hips are stacked. I'm facing the other way this time. Waist lifted away from the floor. Stretch your top leg out. Really stretch it out. And then top arm is going to reach up overhead. You've turned your body towards the floor. So there's a twist. You reach, fingers all spread, grab, hard fist. Turn back, elbow down to your side. You're facing forwards here. Reach, big breath, turn back, scrunch. So same thing, you can have your waist lifted. Breathe, turn back, scrunch. Again. And you can have your top leg lifted, and you can join in with your top knee. So you're reaching right round, turning towards the floor, squeezing, and again. So there's a movement of that bottom shoulder, small movement, but try and keep your ear right away from it. Try and keep really solid in that shoulder and waist lifted right away from the floor. So any particular breath, but just make sure you're not holding it. What should we do? 2 more. Let's call this one the last one. Is that about right? It's about right. Okay, and then lower down, lie out over your bottom arm. We're going to do the bicycle. Straight legs, both legs slightly in front of you, hips stacked. Top hand where you can manage. Top leg is going to lift, point the toe, bring it forward. Oh no, bend it, then bring it forward, flex, pull it back. Straight leg. It's important that it gets straight here, just because then you can just wake up the back of the knee. Same as when we were lying on our back. It's really good, especially if you've had any knee injuries, very good rehab for the back of the knee. And you need that to connect up to the glute. And a straight leg. We'll do that. So bicycling round, leg staying hip height off the floor. And if you can change your foot, we're pointing and then here flexing, just to get movement into the ankle as well. Otherwise, you stay at a flex. Okay, let's make this one the last one. Let's turn your knee up, point in, point up, flex, squeeze the heel down. Again, squeezing down. So it only feels like a squeeze because of that straight leg and you're pulling your toes towards your face as that heel is trying to be far away from you. It makes it feel effortful. Let's do 2 more. Okay, let's bring that heel hard down and then let's turn over onto our front again and bring our elbows down to the floor. And take your hands out so your hands are as wide as your elbows. So shoulder, elbow, hand, shoulder, elbow, hand, 2 parallel lines. Walk your knees back so your knees are underneath your hip. You can see yourself on the screen, it's handy. Most people kind of go to this kind of position. So bring your knees back, toes tucked or flat, up to you. Shoulders come down away from your ears, ribs lift away from the floor. So you push your elbows into the floor to lift them up. Let's stretch your right leg out behind you. Lift it till you just feel like a slight contraction in your right buttock. And then with a pointed toe, we're going to bend and straighten. We're going to wake up this glute. Bend and straighten. You can have something underneath your other knee if you like. Okay, then hold the bend and push the toe up and lower. Push and lower. Okay, straighten out your leg again. Flex, heel pushing away, toes hard down towards the floor. Let's lift until you just feel an ignition in that glute, and then bend and straighten. Hold a bend, push, little pushes. Okay, let's bring that knee down. I felt that glute really light up. Okay, other side. Left leg out, lift, pointed toe. Bend and straighten. Hold a bend, push, up towards the ceiling. Okay, straighten your leg out, flex, lift, bend and straighten. Hold a bend, push up and down. It's not a movement in your back, it's just a little engagement in that glute. You just feel a scrunch in the buttock and that's all. So lifting and lowering. Okay, and then let's bring that knee down. Walk your hands back towards your knees. And we're going to come up to kneeling. Remember, you can kneel on the towel if you like. Stretch one leg out in front of you. I've just done my right. You can do your left. And pull the toes towards you. Then reach over that foot, rounding your spine. So you're just thinking of really curving your spine over that leg. And you'll feel a big pull down the back of it. And then we're going to windscreen wiper the foot. So the toes go one way and then the other, rotating on the heel. Okay, and then let's bring our body up and take your leg out to the side. So just kind of think 45 degrees out to the side, toes towards you and reach over it. We're rounding our spine here. Don't worry about trying to get a straight spine at all. Straight leg, if you can. Windscreen wiper, the leg. Okay, and then hands down in front of you and put that foot flat down on the floor. Toes tuck under of your left foot, and we're going to bring your hands into a prayer. So thumbs come towards your sternum. Let's twist here. So there's a bit of an add-on. See how you manage. Your toes are tucked under behind you. You're going to push into the toes of your left foot and hover your knee off the floor. Because of the width between our feet, this is difficult to do. So you can make it easier by bringing your foot further forward. But if you can, keep it out to the side. And your body will start to work out how to do that. Lots of inner thigh work. So hands still on your sternum, and we're twisting here. Pushing that right foot down into the floor. Okay, let's softly bring that knee down and come back to kneeling. Left leg in front of you, straight, toes up towards the ceiling, round your spine. So you're reaching over it, but it's less of a reach and more of a curl. So if I say reach, you might try to get a straight spine. So we're just curling over it. It's more your toes coming towards you, heel away, that gives that stretch through the back. Okay, let's take the leg out to the side. So kind of 45 degrees. Round over it. Okay, and then let's come up, flatten that foot, hands into prayer, thumbs on your sternum, drop your ribs, let's twist. And you can stay like this, or you push into the toes of the foot behind you, hover that knee off and twist. Okay, we're going to softly bring that knee down. Kneel both knees down again, hands in front of you. Lift your knees off, walk your hands to your feet. Lift your hips, heels to the floor, and drop your head. Okay, let's slowly roll up. So I said we were going to do standing stuff at the end, but it will be very, very short. We're not really. Okay, so rolling up, take your time, restacking your spine. And when you're up, give your shoulders a roll. Okay, we're going to stretch across your back. So arms out in front of you, take one arm across, pull in above the elbow. And then drop your head away from that shoulder. And tuck your chin in. Okay, let's do the other one. Arm comes across, pull in above the elbow, drop your head away. Tuck your chin. Okay, we're going to stretch the front of the neck now. So take your hands to one side, just on your collarbone, and pull the skin down. Then close your jaw, so teeth are closed, and lift your chin up and tilt it away. You're stretching all down the side there in front, side front of your neck. Let's do the other side. So hands just on your collarbone to the one side, lift your chin up, tilt your head away. Teeth closed. Okay, let's bring your head to center. Last stretch, arms up in the air, onto your toes. Give a big reach up to the ceiling and take a breath in. And then let's let that out, dropping over your legs. Roll up, reach up, stretch, and then let that out. Very good. Well done. Highly shouldery, as I said, but you might now be thinking, ooh, very good.